In this video, guys, this is exactly what a narcissist will do to you. Now, we all know what they do. They like to use people. They like to manipulate people. They think it's funny. And I'm just the type to find that frustrating whenever it happens. I cannot stand people like that. I despise people like that. And those are the same people that I don't want to give 2 cents to. Those are the same types of people that I don't want to give them water in a hot desert if they were about to pass out. Like literally. That's how much they've angered me over the years. That's how much pain they've caused me over the years. Lately, recently, no, just over my life. To the point where it sickens you so much, you don't want to spend 2 more seconds around these individuals. And I'm telling you now, this person is out there in the desert suffering, and they need water to continue on, and you give them that water. They might be crying alligator tears in front of your face to get that water. And I'm using this as an example. You give them that water. You give them a new lease of life. They get out of that situation. They get to a place. They recover. They recuperate. They're the same types of people that will laugh in your face when it's all said and done. It's the same type of person that would stab you in the back right afterwards whenever they knew they were good to go. Like they get to somewhere, they get to land, they get to somewhere where they get more water and unlimited supply, food, shelter, all these things, right? Now they're laughing at you. You helped them. You literally helped them survive. The length that you went to do that for them. And this is just an example. Now they're laughing in your face. Now they're disrespecting you. Now this is their attitude towards you. And that is exactly why I don't want to give these individuals anything. Because what do? They use you and they leave. And after it happens to you so many times in your life, you really start to become a different person because you see what people truly are, and you don't want to be as nice of a person as you were before. You just don't. And if I can sense a real human being that is not about that life, that is about a whole entirely different life, the good life, I'll give them all the respect in the world. I would give them every ounce of water I had. I would do a lot of things for them because I know what they're like. And if I can sense that, I would do those things because I know they would do it for me as well. But when it comes to a narcissist, the more you do for them, and I'm telling you guys this now, the more you do for them, the more it hurts you in the end. Period. The more you suffer in the end because of these individuals. There's nothing fun about doing good things for them and them stabbing you in the back. It hurts so much worse than if you weren't to do anything for this individual. If you didn't do anything for them and they stabbed you in the back, it's really, what if a stranger stabbed you in the back? Like I've had people that worked at grocery stores treat me bad for no reason and try to start an argument for no reason at all. All because I came to the store when it was going to close in 5 minutes. Because I was leaving the gym and I just barely made it. And they would start an argument and just be right sour and stuff. And they were giving me these weird looks. They were talking smack behind me to their other worker and all this stuff, right? I didn't really care. Like, okay, good for you. I'm not involved in this. I still made it here. I'm not wasting time. I just got to pick up a few things. It's not like I was in there 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes after it was closed. I get out of there in the right time. And I smiled at them as I was leaving because they might not have thought I was going to do that, but I did it. And I'm not going to stay in there and hold up the store and make everybody else wait. I'm not going to do that either. That was not the plan, and I didn't do it. But they have the nerve to do certain things like this, right? And when it's a person you don't know, you did nothing for them, it's nothing. But when you are close with somebody, like a good friend, or you have a girlfriend, or if you're a girl, you have a boyfriend or something like this, and you do things for them, you spend money on them, you invest in them, you do nice things for them, and at the time you feel good about it because you're doing them a favor, you don't expect anything in return. Nothing. You brightened their day. You literally did something for them. You took care of them. And in the past, I've invested hundreds of dollars into certain people. Like, not in total. Like that. In that moment. Like hundreds of dollars. And you get stabbed in the back by somebody like that. You want to talk about pain. Because you could have been close with them. You done a lot for them. You were a good person to them. And when something like that happens and you get stabbed in the back, they talked bad behind your back. They start to act weird around you in person. It's a whole different ball game. It hits different than if it's just a regular stranger, which you're not going to care about at all. You're going to laugh at something like that. But when it's someone you care about, and you think they care about you too, it just goes to show that they were a snake the whole time. It just goes to show that they were not your friend the entire time, and you thought they were, which is why you did something for them, because you seen them as family. You seen them as something like family. And they did something like that to you. That's something that I can just... It'd be very hard to forgive somebody like that. They would literally have to completely change their lives for me to be able to forgive somebody like that. And the chances of them doing that is actually pretty slim. So... it just goes to show, if a human being can do something like that, it goes to show how hurt inside they are, because hurt people hurt people. But the best people in the world, they can get hurt, and they're not going to go around and hurt anybody else. And I don't want to sit here and be like, I'm the best person in the world because I did this. But the truth is, I did do this. And I'm not calling myself the best person in the world. I just really believe the best and the most kind-hearted, caring people in this world, it doesn't matter how hurt they get, they're not going to go around and hurt other people. You don't benefit off of that. You don't do anything off of that. You're not going to get anywhere with that. The best people can take lumps. The best people can take hurt and pain and bruises and suffering and take all these things, go through the bad times, and still not do anybody else wrong. And still not cross anybody the wrong way. And still live your own life and do the things you have to do. Those are the better kind of people in this world. And as for the others, the smallest things can happen to them. The smallest bit of hurt. I'm telling you guys, you can do the smallest things to some people and they'll go to a completely different extent to cross you a completely different way. Much, much, much worse consequences. The smallest little thing. That's how some people are, because they're that fragile. Those are people you don't want to be around. I'm not a fan of people who cannot control themselves. You have to have at least a certain amount of control over yourself for me to be able to respect you. Some people have no control. They're just so, I don't know what you want to call it, like, just in their ways. This is who I am. This is how I'm going to act. That's actually not who you are. That is something completely different. You are actually not who you are right now, because you are not in control of yourself fully, because you are a wild, loose cannon. Which everybody can be a loose cannon from time to time if the right thing happens. But it's like these types of people, they just have no control at all. They have no backbone at all. It's like anything can happen and they're just off the chain. They're dangerous individuals. Those are the ones that are the backstabbers, the liars, the gossipers. And I don't even mean they're so dangerous to the point where they can threaten you and they can beat you up or stuff like this. It's just who they are as a person. Because most of them are spineless cowards that honestly can't do anything. But what they're going to do behind your back, what they're going to do in situations like that can tear you down if you stay around these people. And you gotta watch out for the people that you're around that are talking bad about other people and then they're acting cool to their face. These are the people you don't want to be around. I've seen people like this. I've literally told people that I used to be friends with to stop doing this. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm questioning them and I'm telling them like, why are you doing this? Don't talk bad about them. If you're gonna say that, you gotta say that to their face. Did they do it? No, they didn't do it. But whenever I came around, they stopped talking bad about other people because they knew it. And guess what? This person later on got exposed. And the same person was talking bad about me as well. An old friend. So it just goes to show that you cannot trust people like that. That is who they are. That is what they do. It cannot be trusted. And before I end this video, I'm just going to give you guys a refreshment that when you're around narcissistic people like this, the only thing that you are around for is for them to use you, whether you think so or not. They're going to use every single thing to their benefit without thinking they have to do anything else for anybody. Because they don't see it like that. They don't want to do favors for anybody else if it's not benefiting them. They're not going to do favors for anybody else regardless, because they're spineless. And I was that person that used to do far too many favors, and I stopped being that person and I became way more selfish than a lot of people are. A very cheap person because of what happened. And you just get fed up with people like this in life. And I know a good person when I see them, and I don't mind doing something, like I said, I don't mind doing something good for a good person, but I'm not just going to do anything for anybody. Even if, I don't sense that you're fully a good person, you might be with me for some odd reason. I don't know what it might be. I might be giving you a drive home or a lift home from the gym or something like this. I ain't going to give you anything else if I don't think you deserve it. If you're not worthy, you might piss me off or something like this. You're just an annoying person or something. I don't know. It could be anything. But I just can't stand guys, to be honest, because of my past, because of things that happened, doing favors for people who did not appreciate it, who did not respect it. It's just a waste of your life. It's a waste of the hard work you're putting in to serve somebody else that is a little spineless coward. They don't deserve anything. And they're just going to hurt you anyways, because you do something for them and they cross you the wrong way, it comes back to hurt you. They're going to get their karma too, but you want to stay away from these types of things. You don't want to keep getting hurt, because it does hurt. Whether you think so or not, you can be as tough as you want. These things hurt psychologically. It just does. You lose trust. You want to stop hanging with friends. You want to stop with everybody because you get fed up. And this is exactly what the narcissist does, even when it comes to relationships. Females you could be with, they might say you might be the best thing in the world to them at the time. Whenever they want a person like that in their life for this specific time, until they don't need you anymore. They might have a different plan in the next couple months from then. They're going to move on to somebody else. Now you are worthless to them. You are a joke to them now, whenever at first you were the best thing they've ever seen in their life. This is why you want to stop doing things for people. This is why you want to stop, like, engaging with girls altogether. And same with the girls. You want to stop engaging with the guys altogether. Because things like this happen. It makes you trust less. It does something to you. It shows you what this real life is all about. And at the end of the day, the narcissist just comes, they use you, and they leave. Learn from all these experiences, become a better person. You only want real people around you. And that is it. Don't be fooled. I'm going to cut this video short. And I'm going to get out of here now and get some food and head to bed. I hope you guys have a great rest of this day/evening. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos. Until next time, guys, peace out.